Welcome back to the channel, back with another video for you guys. 2013 Dodge Grand Caravan, 3.6 liter. We're getting ready to change the rear brake pads. Should be the same between the 2008 through 20. All right, so first thing we're going to do, jack up the car. I always use a jack stand for safety, and let's get to the job. You're going to need a 13 millimeter ratchet or a 13 millimeter wrench to do this job. All right, and you might need some rust penetrant, and you may not, but we're going to spray these just in case. Doesn't hurt to prep everything, and we'll get started to the job. All right, so we went with CarQuest. That is the parts number GNAD 1719. All right, for the rear. And we're going to change the clips as well. Sometimes those are tough, and hopefully they go in smooth for us, but you may or may not need a screwdriver to assist you as far as getting these clips in. Sometimes they can be a little tough, and if I can get them out the box, that would be great. There we go. Well, this box is on there good, so let's pry it a little more and try to get it up and out of here. There we go. Nice tough box. Got our new clips and everything, so let's go ahead and move this to the side. All right, so you're going to grab your wrench and you want to set it righty tighty. You hear click and then you crank. That's going tight. Flip your switch, crank and turn. That's going left. So left will be going down on the driver's side. This will apply to the passenger side as well. Give some smacks with your hands, and it should break free for you like so. And sometimes this bolt here, it'll rotate with it. So let's go ahead and break this one free too, and we'll get that one free in a second. Give it some smacks. All right, so this one broke free. This one's holding. All right, sometimes you might need to get a wrench, and it looks like a 15 possibly, don't quote me on it. But we're gonna stick this screwdriver in here just like this, just to support it. That way we can finish cranking it the rest of the way out. All right, that one's loose, that one's loose. All right, now we can proceed on backing these guys on out. And let's move that from the last job. And I recommend you put them back in, top and bottom, how they came out. Sometimes the bolts, they'll just learn and seat up just from the bumps and everything, and it will like to just go into one spot. Sometimes it'll cross thread, okay? So you don't want that to happen. And let's go ahead and compress this over. Let's see, make sure we got a nice compress. Hopefully this caliper comes out without an issue as far as compressing, as far as going back. Hopefully it comes out without no problems, okay? All right, so we got that out the way. And you may or may not can use a C-clamp. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. And trying to make sure if this is a twist-in style. Looks like the twist-in style. I'm gonna try to use 2C and try to compress this back with just a C-clamp because I'm not quite sure, but it looks like it's possibly the twist-in style. And let me look at the module. Yeah, so let me get my other brake kit. Just to show you, we can attempt to do this. And just because I see that there, so I'm gonna go on the top of my nut here, just like that. And I'm gonna work this up just to test this, just because I just want to see to make sure we're good. And let's see. Yep, twist style. So let me get my other brake kit, and I shall return. Alright, so you're going to have to get a brake kit. It's going to have assorted pieces like such. And I found the right one that's correct for this one. So we're going to set up. Let's get one of these guys out. Let's take our build. This has a left hand and the right hand twist style. So we're going to work these on up and over. And let's get this guy set. So you got your pins. They're going to rest inside of your caliper. Just like this with your disc. All right, and then you're gonna twist it in, okay? So let's go ahead and build this up. So we got that set, all right? Now let's start working it up so we can get it close to where we need it. And it should be close enough to start spinning this guy. All right, so just be careful around your modules here and your brake cable here for your, I believe that's the ABS sensor. Yes, it is. So let's go ahead and slide this up and in. Might have to back it down some. That's because I was trying to set it, but I went in too far. All right, let's get some more lighting over here for you guys. Let's see, we get it set. And you want your brake pad to rest in, same way that you would put your caliper on, as far as your pads putting it on. Get my disc again, sorry about that. And this one, it's hard to, well, not really hard to do. You're not going to be able to flip it all the way over. So once you get in here, you want to just line it up. And I might have to go down a little further. Let's go all the way down. All right, so that should get me in there. Slide this in. And we're gonna line this up. So I'm gonna bring this as close as I can. Let's get our pin lined up. And let's work it in this spot. There we go. And we're gonna back this up until it gets tight up against the base of the caliper up here. All right, so now we got that tight. And it should just spin. You might have to readjust depending on how tight you have this. And you're gonna just work it in until it goes all the way back, okay? So I'm gonna keep tightening as I go, just because this isn't locked. So I'm just gonna keep cranking, and then it'll start to go back. And don't stop, just keep going until the caliper stops rotating. Otherwise you'll be trying to cheat and you'll have to go back in with it. And we got that there. Let's keep cranking. We'll use my adjustable wrench just to see if I can get it to lock in its place. Let's see, about right there. Let's see if that'll stay for me. And it's still gonna get loose. So just work it, tighten it as you go. And it should go smooth, but kind of go slow just so the caliper can compress back the fluid. And you might have to readjust like I'm doing here. Back it up a little bit and just take your time. Okay, that's the main thing, just taking your time. Change my light position just so you guys can see a little better. Hopefully I'm not blocking the camera too much. And you don't want to knock over my coffee. Let's get this back on. But yeah, the position it's in is going to be a little tedious sometimes. Let's just see if I can flip it back up this way. And back it down some. Pin is back set. And this applies the same for the passenger side. So it'll be the same procedure. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna hold it this time and rotate, rotate, rotate. And let's get it tight again. Let's keep going. Alrighty. And you want to go till it stops. Stop there for a minute. Let's get my light again. And keep tightening and just take your time. And you want to make sure you stay set because you can strip your caliper as well, these tips. So just take your time and rotate a little bit at a time. You're gonna get done. Almost there. Probably got a few more turns, maybe about 5 or 6. But it's gonna butt all the way up against there pretty flush. And you see, taking our time, and we're almost there. And we can start taking out these pads, but I wanted to push back the caliper first this time, just because it's one of the Main things you're gonna have to do. So I figured I'd push this back first and then we'll pop the pads out. And you don't have to do this first. You can pop your pads out, then do this last. But I like to make sure that everything goes smooth. Sometimes I'll switch up and do the pads first. And we're almost at our stopping point. But yeah, the other style that are not twist styles usually go back a lot easier. But you see, we're almost there. So when you press your brakes, these rotate out and match the brakes. So that's why they're the twist style, because they twist out instead of just pushing out. And we're almost to our stopping point. And we're just about there. And you want to go slow so you don't possibly pop the caliper. So I'm not really rushing it. Not that it will pop or something, but you never know. You could possibly, things fail. So and of course, after you're done, you're gonna want to pump your brakes. But yeah, definitely just keep going. And if it doesn't stop, it's probably got the electronic brake module in it. But this is as far as back as I think it's gonna go, and it's just spinning in a circle. So let's see what we get when we get ready to go back with our caliper. Set this to the side. You're gonna check your guide pins, make sure they move nice and free. Check the look, see if they're bad or need to be lubed. They look good. Same thing with this one, check. Make sure it's lubed, it's good. All right, let's pop these pads out. Sometimes they don't come out like that, and you'll probably need a screwdriver to bang it out, like this side maybe. There we go, and just pop them on out. There we go. Now we have new clips, and I recommend you change them if you have them, or you can clean up your old ones. Still get the job done, okay? We got a little more bright lightness, and you're gonna match those up as well. So now that I have my disc, I'm gonna go ahead and move my kit out of the way, just to have more room, because I don't need it right now. All right, so let's take out one of these. Might need a screwdriver. Sit this up over here. And let's go from the top. There we go. They're not too bad condition. You can still reuse them if you didn't have any. You just bought the regular pads. But you want to match them up and make sure they look the same before you put them back on. Okay, these look the same. Because it does matter sometimes on some clips. Only one side will fit in correctly. And you might have a little issue right in here. Sit this up right here, hopefully. Somewhere. There we go. So right here, sometimes it's hard to get those up in there, right? So you want to kind of just rock it in, and you might have to use your screwdriver to assist it in. Okay. So since we're here, I'm gonna try to get it to go. And here's the screwdriver. See if we can match it. There we go. And we want to make sure it's in real good. So this one kind of sits at an angle. Come down here as well. And you want to make sure you don't have any scraping and that it's in there real good. And I think we're good on that one. All right, let's get a little more lighting. Let's double check our sides. All right, so since we're on there, let's go ahead and pop this one up at the bottom. And if you're having some struggles with your clips, then say you're trying the new ones and they're not going like you want, you can just put your old ones back on, but you know, just clean them up a little bit. Take you a wire brush like this, clean out the debris behind it, and let's get another clip and match it up as well. And some of them are universal. Let's see. So this sleeve here is going to go down, and let's make sure we got the same one. Flip around and look at them. So this will be for the inside. this one, and this one would be down here. But these box ends go on the outside. And you want to get it in there pretty good. Just get it to sit. There we go. And this is where the screwdriver helps a lot with getting it in there. Now you might have to lay on your back when you're going in from the bottom, on the back side. Okay, so let's pop this one up over here. Same thing applies. Hopefully I'm not blocking the cam. Let's match up that one. See, we're good. Yes, we are. Let's clean that out too. Might be some rust or something in there. Get that up out of there. All right, so this is the part. Let me bring you guys down. That I really wanted you guys to see. As far as back here in the back, over here in this area, this is where you're gonna kind of have to work blind a little bit. I'm trying not to block the camera, but you're gonna line it up like so. That one went in pretty well. Smash it in. There we go. And I felt it go. All right. So that one's in there. Let's go ahead and pop this one out as well. And like I said, if you're reusing yours, you don't have to take these out at all. It's about time for some new rotors for this guy. And just match up all of your clips as you're going. Just in case you get one that's flipped around the wrong side. And let's flip this one around. Let's match it up. And this one is for the other side. All right, let's get all these out. Make sure we're good. Flip it up, and we're good. All right, and I'm gonna keep these old clips. You never know when you have an emergency for someone else, possibly. Put these back in the box so I won't mess those up. I'll just sit them right there for now. Same thing applies. Oh, let me use my brush just in case, wire brush. And worst case scenario, you will just, well, at least not really a worst case scenario, you might have to readjust your clips if they're not seated well. So let's go back in with this one. And you'll just kind of split the distance and start prying up, mashing up. All right, let's get this one in. You'll hear it slide up in real good. All right, so we got those in. We have our caliper back. All right, make sure we have no debris in there. You can use brake grease to have these glide a little better. Some people do, some people don't. I usually take a little bit and use some. I left it over here for the moment. Let me grab it. And I thought I still had it over here, but I did not. So I'm just gonna take a little bit like so. Oh, these gloves is about hit, and just work my finger like that. You just need a little bit to glide. Don't glob it, and don't get none on your rotor. I used to overdo it, so just a little bit to touch it. Okay, you don't have to, but just in case, sometimes the rain and stuff will make them squeak. All right, let's check our pads, see which ones we have. Take out a couple of them just to see which one has the brake screamer on there. Some of them do and some of them don't. So let's match up our old pads with the new one. Let's get these guys on out. And I usually made them like this. Okay. That shows you that you're good. You see this one's just about there. So that way you're good. Usually it doesn't really matter, but the flag goes on the inside. You can either do top or bottom, but I recommend just put them out how they came in. So this one was at the top. So this is gonna be this way. Well, this is this side. So this would be the other side. Sorry about that. And let's just trade pads till it looks the same. That's because the way they come. This would be this side over here. Sit this in. Sometimes you have to rock this spring back a little bit and just kind of tilt it to the side and mash it back. Yeah. And there we go. And if it doesn't go over like that, take a screwdriver or something and just tap it over against the rotor. Okay. There we go. Got that one in. So one of these pads will be this side with the screamer. That's going to be the bottom. And hopefully they're just going to be at the bottom this time on this specific set, which is okay. This is the side that I usually struggle with. Make sure ain't no debris or anything. But you want to kind of try to get it in there. See if I can get you a better shot with the light. You want to try to get it like right on the edge and then just push it back. Or you can start with the top, whichever one works for you. And if you can't get it from here, then you might have to lay on your back. Okay. But hopefully I can get it. This is the side I usually struggle with. And then I'll end up on my back. There we go. Not today. All right. So those are in there well. Make sure your rotor's seated. Okay, so those are on there. We're going to take a little bit of brake grease. And I recommend it for this. You don't have to do it for these, but just to keep your caliper from squeaking just a little bit. Just like that. Just glaze it. Same thing with this side. And just glaze the outside of the coating right here. Outside the pad. Just a little bit. Don't overdo it, because it's going to stick dirt and stuff. Grit, all that grit and stuff. Okay, so we already have our caliper back. And we checked our guide pins. They're moving freely. And let's make sure we're good. Get it over. Push back your pins here. There we go. Might get stuck a little bit. Same thing with the bottom. And you want to line them up well. Okay. Should be rested in that spot right there. And just kind of smack it. Alright. Take our bolt, top and bottom, how they came out. And give some wiggles. And start hand tightening as much as you can. Same thing with the bottom. You might have to adjust it a little bit. Like so. And give it some wiggles and start twisting. And you want to get them as tight as much as you can by hand. And we're just about there. Same procedure. You don't have to do a torque wrench. I recommend you don't. Just tighten these as much as you can. And after they're tight, you do the same thing like you took them off. And when the wrench starts to bounce back, you're tight enough. Okay. Same thing with this one. See my light. Up. And that is the job. After this, go ahead and pump your brakes. Hopefully this helps you out on your 2008 through 2020 Dodge Grand Caravan 3.6 liter. This is how you change the rear brake pad. So this helps you. Hit the thumbs up. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And always know rust is the enemy on these things, which causes us to work so hard. So live life, love it. You can leave the notifications on in case you want to see me sometimes and we can learn something together, or you can learn something from me. So to the next video, guys, I am out.